Hey guys, it's Josiah here. Welcome back to another episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. Today I will be reviewing the New Hampshire races from this past week. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get with it. It wasn't just Nascar in action. IndyCar was in action. IROC was in action. The IROC races were both won by Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon has now 2 wins in the big 2026, so that's pretty crazy. The IndyCar race, the Freedom 250 at Washington, D.C. was won by Kyle Kirkwood. The IROC race, IROC also raced at that same track. That's why they came back to do what they did. But Kyle Kirkwood won that race, so shout out to him. The ARCA race at the dirt race at Springfield in Illinois was won by Max Reeves. He had to turn Gavin Bichelle in order to do it. So yeah, but anyways, or I guess make contact. I don't know if I want to say turn, but a lot of people not liking Max Reeves and. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the Truck Series, the regular season finale. Basically, Grant Finger, Daniel Hemrick, and Ben Rhodes, they all locked in with ease. The final position came down to Stuart Friesen, Tyler Ankrum, and Jake Garcia. And at different points during the race, it looked like it was going to be between Jake Garcia and Stuart Friesen because Tyler Ankrum brought a horrible truck at New Hampshire and he had problems. But lo and behold, a lot of things happened. Jake Garcia took 2 tires, I believe, in stage 2 and ended up getting a good finish in stage 2, but pitted outside the box. And then he had to be sent to the back. Stuart Friesen stayed out on the final stage and took 2 tires. Took 2 tires, didn't stay out. He took 2 tires, excuse me. But Stuart Friesen was able to get up there. He stayed inside the top 5 and looked like it was going to be down to a tie between him and Ankrum or a 3-way tie. But then a caution came out with 6 laps to go for Gavin Bichelle. Rough weekend for Bichelle. He hit the wall, had a big hit, but he was okay. Led to an overtime restart to which G. Ruggiero and Lane Riggs were on the front row. Ruggiero slipped the track, got loose, and spun out. Connor Mozak was involved. Some other guys got involved. But everybody else, all the 3 guys that were battling for the final spot, all made it through. Lo and behold, the guy who won the race in double overtime was Lane Riggs, who also locked up the regular season championship along with it, getting his 6th win of the season, I believe, holding off his teammate Chandler Smith to do so. Keenan Hunnicutt came home 3rd. Stuart Friesen came home in the 4th spot. Unfortunately for Friesen, though, Tyler Ankrum, who had by far the worst truck out of the 3 contenders for that final spot, got lucky because guys in front of him pitted, and he basically got a walk. It just got free points and got a walk into the chase. So Tyler Ankrum did get the final spot despite getting the worst finish out of the 3. That sounds like I'm hating on Tyler Ankrum. I'm not. I'm happy for Tyler Ankrum. I'm glad he advanced. Stuart Friesen and Daniel Hemrick are my 2 favorites. I knew it was probably going to be one or the other, or either neither that advanced. It was Hemrick who did advance. Friesen did not. Frustrating for Friesen. I don't know why he always is on the losing end of close calls. He, I believe, a few years ago missed the championship 4 by 1 point. Then I think he missed the chase in a close battle, and then he did it again this year. I don't know why he's on the losing end, and it's just unlucky. Connor Zilic had a fast truck. He got top 5. Tristan McKee finished 6th. Christopher Bell 7th. Daniel Hemrick 8th. Justin Haley and Parker Ettman the top 10. The rest of these guys, not notable. Jake Garcia cross-line in 14th with Ankrum in 16th, but I believe Ankrum got it by, I think, 6 points over Stuart Friesen. Nemechek was back there. He got into a wreck with Landon Lewis, and that allowed Landon Lewis to not get a good finish. So looking here at the points, the chase, heading into the chase, it is Lane Riggs, followed by Caden Hunnicutt, Chandler Smith, Christian Eckes, G. Ruggiero, Ty Majeski, Grant Finger, Daniel Hemrick, Ben Rhodes, and Tyler Ankrum. Those are your 10 drivers that will be competing for the 2026 Truck Series Chase, the championship for this year. There's only 7 races in the Truck Series for the Chase, so there's that. O'Reilly Series also, again, had another off weekend. Their regular season finale is next week, just like the Cup Series. But the Cup Series, they were in action this weekend at New Hampshire, so let's go ahead and talk about it if I can get to the race for some reason. On the pole, it was Tyler. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Tyler Reddick was on the pole. Stage 1 ended up being won by Kyle Larson. Stage 2 was won by Ryan Blaney. Blaney's team had the oopsie at the beginning of stage 3. Blaney's pit crew has been awful this whole season. But Blaney, they had an issue early in stage 3 that forced him to fall back, but that forced him to play some strategy late in the race. He took 2 tires along with some other guys. Blaney had a fast enough car to where he was able to hold the lead, hold off a hard-charging Bubba Wallace and Josh Berry, and get his 3rd win of the season, I believe, and his 2nd win at New Hampshire in a row, one last year, holding off Josh Berry. Held off Josh Berry and Bubba Wallace this year to get the win, so congratulations to him. Ryan Blaney and Josh Berry, again, were the 2 fastest cars again. I think Blaney definitely had the best overall car, so congrats to him for overcoming the slow pit stop, per se, and getting his 3rd win of the season. Bubba Wallace came home in 2nd, Josh Berry 3rd, Christopher Bell fourth, and Kyle Larson fifth. Going back to Josh Berry, somebody needs to sign him, or else somebody else will. Josh Berry, since he lost his ride for next season, he doesn't have a ride next season. Since he lost his ride with Wood Brothers, he has been on a tear, getting top 10s here, top 5s here, but fast here, fast there. He also, I believe, had a slow pit stop late, but he also recovered to finish, get a good finish as well. So shout out to him. But a lot of people were saying he was going to go to the 33 full-time. It was announced today that Austin Hill will officially be full-time in the 33 for 2027, which is not surprising. I actually don't know why people didn't think Hill was going to come back. I think it's pretty obvious that was going to be the plan all along. I know, obviously, it was going to be the plan for Hill to, step in this season when, obviously what happened with Kyle Busch happened. But I always thought, okay, he's going to get some experience here in the Cup Series this year, and then next year he'll be full-time in the Cup Series, and that's exactly what happened. So no real surprise to see Austin Hill full-time next season. Hopefully he can make the most of it. Hopefully he can make the most of the rest of this season also. He's doing all he can. It's been looking here, he was 24th. So, he's not really getting good finishes, but keep in mind he is in a very, very difficult position. So he's doing all he can. Hopefully he can, make the most of it next season. But anyways, back to business here. Kyle Larson top 5, Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Preece, who had a good day, and Noah Gragson got a top 10. Huge for him. Some of the notable drivers, Carson Hocevar, 19th, is shown one lap down, getting the fastest lap of the race. I don't know how he got the fastest lap of the race. I believe he spun like twice in this race. Also had an incident with Connor Zilic. They made contact, looks like. It was weird. I think Hocevar and Zilic, they made contact, and then Hocevar's car wiggled, and then he went down in front of Zilic, it looked like, and then spun out. Joe Logano spun, also Austin Dillon, I think, had some contact. So there was that. Weird. Very, very bizarre situation right there. SVG, 20th, one lap down. He was very, very fast. The race started, I should mention, in wet conditions, and on the pace laps, Carson Hocevar spun. He spun on the pace laps, and NASCAR was like, okay, we're not going to start the race. We're gonna let things simmer down before we start the race, and they did. But they started on wet weather tires, and SVG was by far the fastest out of everybody. He drove like a 7-second lead, but when the caution came out with lap 40 for the teams to go to dry tires, SVG was no longer a factor. He quickly fell back and was no longer a factor. So he was a factor in the rain, in the wet weather conditions, not a factor in the dry conditions. So very, very unfortunate day for SVG. Some other guys back here. Chase Elliott, 25th. I thought when he got a top 5 last week at Richmond, I thought, hey, this team's turning a corner, and they show top 10 speed in practice, but in qualifying, they went right back to square one. Chase Elliott qualified 29th, and they ran 20th the whole day. So, yeah, Chase Elliott, he's not, spoiler, he's not a championship contender this year. He's not going to win the championship this year. I'm going to set that point very, very straight. I will be shocked if Chase Elliott even makes a dent in the chase this year. Right? He's already advanced to the chase. I will be shocked if he makes any sort of noise. This team is dead. This team has no momentum whatsoever. They are showing no heart. The driver's not showing any heart. The team's not showing any heart. Nobody is showing heart. And it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. As a Chase Elliott fan, it is ridiculous to see. But I'm going to make my peace with that. That being said, do the best you can in the chase, even after all that. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. Remember Tony Stewart 2011. Not saying that's exactly what's going to happen to Chase Elliott, but stranger things have happened. Anyways, the other Chase Briscoe 26th. I forgot what happened to him. I think he took 2 tires when Ryan Blaney did, but he fell way back. Then went a lap down. It was quickly just way back. Just didn't work out for him. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 28th lap down. He spun in this race. William Byron is shown in 30th. He lost a tire actually and hit the wall. So I believe that's a 2-race suspension for the crew chief. I think it's 2 races or it's 4 races. I think it's 2. Austin Dillon, 32nd. Mentioned he was involved in the wreck with Zilic and Hocevar. Nemechek in the 40, who's in the 40. I think it was a special tribute to, I think it was Dollar Tree, or it was Legacy Motor Club. I think it was Dollar Tree. 40th anniversary of somebody, 31st. Eric Jones, 33rd. Tough break for him. Riley Earps, 34th. He hit the wall hard, and then Connor Zilic didn't have any brakes and went up the track and just went right into Riley Earps. So that was very bizarre, but Connor Zilic, 35th. His rookie season continues to not be good. And then shown a dead last was Ross Chastain. Had an issue right around when the lap 40 caution came out. DNF, he is officially mathematically eliminated from chase contention. There's only a few guys battling for that couple spots heading into Daytona next week. But some new guys that locked into the chase. Logano, Buescher, Hocevar, Byron, and Suarez all locked into the chase. Currently, 13 spots are left. Denny Hamlin by 1 point. He needed, I think, he needed to have a 76-point lead heading into Daytona to lock out the regular season championship. He's shown 77 above Blaney. But Hamlin mathematically has locked up the 2026 regular season championship. It will be the #1 seed in the chase when it starts after next week. After this week, I should say. So shout out to Denny Hamlin. 3 more spots left. They currently belong to Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, and SVG. Bubba Wallace just needs, I think he can clinch by stage 1. He just needs to, not wreck. He just needs to, do his own thing. Not wreck out in stage 1, and he should be good to go. Cindric and SVG, it's closer for them. There's 2 guys below the cut line that are still mathematically in contention. Ryan Preece and Brad Keselowski. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Brad needs a lot of help. I think it's basically down to Cindric, SVG, and Ryan Preece. And even then, Preece needs help. Even he needs help. So I really think the 3 drivers, Wallace, Cindric, and SVG, I really don't think that's going to change. I think that those are the final 3 that are going to be locked into the chase. But it's Daytona. Who knows? Who knows? If Preece wins and has a good day and SVG does not have a good day, wrecks out early, who knows? But we will see. We will see how Daytona, anything can happen at Daytona. And there is like a new package that they're going to be running this weekend at Daytona. So that's going to make things even more interesting. But with that, that is it for this review. As far as reviewing the race as a whole, it was pretty wild. At the beginning, it went from wet then to dry. Once it went to dry, it was pretty clear and obvious who the best drivers were. Like I said, Blaney, Barry, they were by far the best drivers in the race. Overall, it wasn't bad. The wet weather conditions were fine too. Got ridiculous on the pace laps with Josiah spinning, but luckily NASCAR did not do what they did 5 years ago. Remember 5 years ago when it was raining and then Truex and Busch spun while leading and Hamlin spun further back? That was a disaster, but luckily they knew what to do. They pumped the brakes. They didn't start the race until it got a little bit safer. So kudos to NASCAR for that. I don't know why my camera is blurry. That's weird. Well, if this video is blurry, I apologize. I am not doing it again. I am lazy. I am not doing it again. I am sorry. But anyways, as far as the rating for this race, wasn't bad. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad on the Grape meter, 60%. But with that, we got 1 race left before the chase starts for all 3 series. Already started for the Truck Series. O'Reilly and Cup, their regular season finale obviously is. O'Reilly Series is Friday night. Cup Series is Saturday night. It should be fun. Should be fun to see who advances and who doesn't. I think I should also mention the drivers, the points, how they run for the O'Reilly Series before their regular season finale. Looking here, then I'll end the video. Currently 4 spots left. Redsloff, Mayer, Sawalich, and Brent Cruz, they have those spots. Currently, I believe Taylor Gray and Rajah Caruth are the only 2 below the cut line that are mathematically in contention. Now, the cut line is by 1 point. Brent Cruz is in by 1 point. Taylor Gray is out by 1 point. So that's going to be a lot more interesting to see what happens because the cut line is so close. The cut line for the Cup Series is like 30-35. So it's not even a cut. It's barely a dent. But anyways, anything can happen at Daytona, like I mentioned. Anyways, I'm saying the same thing. I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys do enjoy. And as always, you guys know exactly what to do. Smash like, subscribe, and hit that little tiny notification bell. That way you never miss any new videos just like this one. And as always, just do it as a judgment by yours truly. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys then. Bye.